My name is NonStopAntonio, and today we will be breaking down Secret Invasion Episode 5, which is the second to last episode of the series, and honestly, one of the best. So let's talk about it, because we had some pretty cool stuff right off the bat. The Skrulls are starting to doubt Gravik. You have Pagan there getting mad because they finally took out Talos. However, Gravik didn't want to take out Talos. He wanted to take out the President of the United States, and they failed doing that. At the same time, though, Pagan's mad because Gravik had the chance to kill Fury, but didn't do it. Gravik's whole excuse is that Fury knows where the Avengers' DNA is, and if Fury's dead, he can't get that. But then when Pagan points out the very hurtful truth about Fury not trusting Gravik and why any of them should really trust him, he kills them. Because as soon as someone starts to doubt him, he's gonna think they're gonna betray him, so he takes them out before they can do that. He didn't want Groots, he didn't want Obsidians, no. He wanted the Avengers, which means he wanted the Hulk, Captain America. So it's not like all the Avengers had powers. Doctor Strange didn't have any powers, he was just a magician. But later in the episode, it is explained that during all this DNA, they did have Captain Marvel. So I guess that is the main powerhouse that he wanted. But this is exactly when everyone starts to turn on Gravik because he shish kebabs Pagan with Groot's powers, and everyone starts to doubt him there. Literally, as I was watching that, I'm like, oh, Beto is going to turn on him, 100%. Go a little bit into the episode, Beto and the rest of the Skrulls start tackling Gravik and trying to take him out because they've watched their so-called leader kill one of their own. And you can really see how deranged Gravik is becoming, and I kind of wonder if that's just his rage wanting to go after Fury, or if it's also from him manipulating his DNA and becoming super, and that's now messing with his mind. Honestly, it could be a little bit of both, because he does tell Rava, the roadie Skrull, to tell the President of the United States that the Skrulls are working with the Russians because they have Talos there at the President's attack, and show him new Skrullos so they can bomb it. So right there, Gravik is already giving up his people, even though it looks like he was gonna get them out. I doubt that was gonna happen, and he was gonna use them as all sacrificial pawns to start his World War III. But still, the whole plan for that leverage was to get Fury to get him the Harvest, which is all the Avengers' DNA. Honestly, when you think about the Harvest too, you wonder how Bruce would feel about this, because he specifically destroyed his DNA during the She-Hulk series so that no one else could get the blood of the Hulk. And it looks like Nick Fury had a little bit of it that he was keeping top secret, because Thunderbolt Ross would also love to get his greedy little hands all over that so he could create the Red Hulk. But we had a bunch of references and callbacks to the MCU and earlier episodes of the series, just like when Nick Fury goes back to his base that we saw in episode 2, where he was bringing all the Skrulls into his secret organization to be his spies. Guy is there waiting for him just so that she could see her father after he died. And I like how they showed Guy during this episode too, because we have her kind of regretting what she said to her father, because soon after he ended up dying from Gravik. And I like how later Vara tells her that it makes sense why she said that, because she was gonna make up for it later. She never assumed her father was gonna die. It's something what people say. They say something and then something bad happens. And she even references how Fury kept hunting for aliens and all of a sudden he was gone for 5 years because of the snap. So kind of referencing how you say bad stuff to someone and then they all of a sudden die or disappear. Kind of leading to the saying that everyone says that you should tell everyone you care about you love them, because you never know when it's gonna be the last time you see them. However, it's interesting to see where Fury and Guy's relationship kind of starts off here, because Gaia sees her father as he was lost.
I ran away from my father because I knew he would lose.
Talos chose the path of struggle. He did not lose. You cannot let grief paralyze you, Gaia.
And I like how Nick Fury turns that on her, being like, that's not how it was. Your father fought, was trying to find somewhere for your people to live, not time to get paralyzed with the grief. All the stuff with Sonya this episode was pretty cool. She just walks into the office, shoots her own guy, just showing that he's a Skrull, and then infiltrates and finds out where the scientists were living, takes all the research, just blasts the guy when he tries to threaten the other Skrull, being like, oh, I'm gonna kill her if you don't let us go. And Sonya doesn't even hesitate, just boom, dead. Sonya is a badass, and I really like her character. In addition to everything going on in this episode, we got to see Rick Mason again, and if you remember who that was, we saw him in Black Widow helping Natasha escape Thunderbolt Ross while she was on the run after Civil War. Honestly, never thought I'd see this character again, so it's interesting to see him show up in Secret Invasion, and honestly, this is a perfect series for him to appear once again. Back to the Guy and Vara stuff, it was a cool action scene of them fighting in the house, really showing you what kind of training Guy has gone through, because goddamn, she whooped some ass when they were fighting there. I was kind of hoping that she would have used some of her powers. However, Fury did ask her earlier what kind of DNA that Gravik got, and she does mention obsidian and flora colossus, which makes me wonder if she also has those powers because she has yet to use them, but we know she does have extremis. So I'm waiting for her to reveal that she also has other powers, but I guess we just have to wait and see. Another MCU callback, we got Nick Fury using the face-changing tech that Black Widow used during Winter Soldier while she was infiltrating Alexander Pierce's meeting. And this is where we get into the ending of everything in this episode, because Nick Fury goes with Sonya to one of his many graves he has around the world where he stores stuff. And this is where he's been keeping the harvest, where he had collectors, which were the Skrulls that he got into his organization, including Gravik, who went around during these big fights with the superheroes and collected the DNA of the heroes. And now that I think of it, other than Captain America and the Hulk, they would have DNA for Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch because of Avengers Age of Ultron. So I wonder if they're gonna replicate speed powers at all during this. Plus, on top of it, I kind of wonder if Thor's DNA would give anyone powers because he's an Asgardian. Because originally I was thinking, you know, just the Hulk and Captain America, because they have DNA altering genes in them from the super soldier serums. And that's only the characters before Infinity War. After Infinity War and then during Endgame, it makes me wonder if they got any of the DNA from any of the other power people who were there. And it's also interesting to get Fury's reasoning to why he didn't call the Avengers. The Avengers haven't gone through any of this spy stuff like he has, other than probably Black Widow and Hawkeye, but they wouldn't understand exactly what's going on and how this is all personal to him, because he trained Gravik, he pretty much raised him, and then on top of it, he married a Skrull. He was in love with one. It's also cool just to have that classic suit up scene. Any superhero TV show or movie needs it. Nick Fury's got his trench coat and his eye patch going into the final episode of Secret Invasion and having Fury suit up as his regular self. Kind of makes me wonder what kind of epic things are going to be happening during the final episode. I'm sure we're going to see more super Skrulls, more superpowers, and I'm curious to see if any other Avenger level characters could show up. Probably not really big ones, but I'm curious to see if any of the smaller ones might appear to be secret Skrulls, or if we're going to find out where Rhodey is and how long he's truly been one. But let me know, what did you think of this episode, and were there any other Easter eggs or details you noticed during it? I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot, and you'll stay up to date with all my Marvel and DC and anime videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.